Okay, so we are on a new unit. We're on unit 5, and we're looking at variables. We're moving into patterns in algebra. So we're going to be substituting fractions and decimals for variables. So a variable is a letter or a symbol that we're going to be using that is a placeholder for a number. So just looking at substituting for fractions and decimals here. So what do I do if a number is right beside the variable? So that would be a multiplication question. So I would rewrite this. So this is telling me what x is equal to. So this is 3 times 1/2. And the same, now that we've put it back in here, the same rules apply to multiplying fractions that we already did. Okay, so I'd multiply that top number there, which is going to be 3/2, and then I would change it into lowest terms, right? So 3 divided by 2 is 1, and there's 1 left over, and 1/2. Okay, so just pause. I'd like you to do these ones, and then come back and double check your answers. Okay, so this is going to substitute in for m, so 3/4, so I have 8 times 3/4, okay, minus 1. So what can happen here? What can happen here is I can divide the 4 into the 8. And that's going to give me 2 here, okay? Why this can happen, so what's going to happen here is the 8 is going to multiply into the 3 to give me 24, right? And that's 4 at the bottom. I can divide evenly that 24, and that is going to give me 6, which right here shows 6. If you need to do it all the way out, do it all the way out. But this is a shortcut that will work for you every time. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this, and I'm going to work it all the way out. Okay, so I have 8 times 3, which is 24/4, minus, and this 1 is going to be 4/4, and then that is going to give me 20/4, which is going to be 5. If I did the other method that I just mentioned, 4 can divide into 8, and that's going to give me 2, and then I multiply that by the 3, which is going to give me 2 times 3 minus 1, so that's 6 minus 1, and that's 5. So you can see that it comes up with the same answer. All right, so 5 times 3/5. Again, I can cancel these out, okay, because I can go 5 divided by 5 times 3. Remember how we used to write those out? Okay, so that just equals 1, and 1 times 3 is 1. So I have 3 plus 1 equals 4. All right, now we're going to do the decimals. So again, we know that this can pop right in here, and it's going to be multiplying. So 9 times 0.2. So that this, we're going to ignore the decimal first. I know that's 18, and there's 1 decimal place there, and that makes sense when I look here. Okay. I'm going to get you to pause and do these next few here. Plus 6, and that's going to be 6.3. Okay, I can line it up and put that decimal after, because it does not change the number, and I can line it up so that it shows where those decimals should be. Okay, this is going to be 5.8 minus 5, and that's going to be, so the whole numbers subtract from each other, so this is going to end up being 0.8. And this last one here, I have 4, and this is going to be multiplied by 56. So what I can do here, minus 2, okay, I can go 4 times 0.5 plus 4 times 0.06. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract the 2. So this is going to be 2.0, and this is going to be, that's going to be 24, so that's going to be 0.24 because it has the 2 decimal places, minus 2. So already I can see right here that 2 minus 2, right? So I could just go 2.24 minus 2, and then it's going to be 0.24. But I like to go, oh, those two are going to just cancel out, and there is my answer. So it depends on how you need to do it. Okay. And then I get you to pause and do these, and then come back and check and make sure that you're doing it correctly. So if you're struggling with this, come straight to the help session. All right, so I have 5 times 0.6, right? Because it substitutes in for the W, plus 1. So starting from left to right, I do my multiplication first. So that's going to be 1 decimal place, right? So this is 30. So it's 3.0 plus 1, which is going to be equal to 4. All right. I have this one subbing in for the R there, so I have 7 times 2.34 plus 2. Okay, now I like to, I'm going to use blue here, I like to break it up. Plus 7 times 0.3 plus 7 times 0.04. So what I've done is I've broken these up into their place values, and I'm going to multiply them first. So this is 14. This is going to be, that's 21, 1 decimal place there. This is going to be 28, so plus 0.28 plus 2. So 14. This is 14, 15, 16, 17, if I just look at the whole numbers first. Okay, then looking at, let's get rid of that. Looking at the numbers after the decimal place and adding those. So this is the tenths column. I'm going to add that to the tenths column, so that's 3, 8.